Hey guys, Cam315, joined by my co-host, The Red Wolf. We are back yet again with another anime episode review for you guys. And we are finally here with the return of Fairy Tail.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It's been so long. 5 long years since the last episode of the Fairy Tail anime aired. And
Hmm.
now we are back with its sequel series, 100 Year Quest. I
Yep.
can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to... we started reading the manga.
Yes, we did start reading the manga some time ago. I don't remember where I stopped, but yes. It, the stuff that I've seen, or the stuff that we've seen, it either blew my mind or just like it literally made us crack up.
Yes. And I can't wait to see these moments we've read. Someone still read. I know I'm a few chapters behind. It's hard to keep up with that with the manga when it's literally a bi-weekly chapter release.
Hmm.
Um, so it's just great. And look, Fairy Tail has been a part of my anime watching since I first laid my eyes upon it. I think you introduced it to me, correct?
Yes, I did. Hmm.
Another anime that my friend over here introduced me to. But listen, Fairy Tail holds a special place in my heart. It's a good anime in my eyes. Very underrated. I know Fairy Tail is not widely liked, and the typical anime community hates Fairy Tail for, well, mostly it's their power of friendship moments, but I have all the defense in the world to back up certain moments that people would say, quote unquote, is power of friendship. But that's a video for another day. I have talked about Fairy Tail on the channel. I actually have like a complete arc breakdown of each and every single arc of the Fairy Tail anime from the original series. Literally till the Alvarez Empire arc. I even put in the 2 filler arcs as well. So, that's a whole breakdown of each and every arc. You can get my thoughts on what I liked, what I didn't like, which really I'm more on the positive side, so I don't say much negative. It's sort of maybe some parts of the filler arc, and then a little bits and pieces of Alvarez Empire arc, because I do have some issues with Alvarez Empire. But I still think it's a solid arc at the end of the day. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's one of I talked about the original series. Again, I also did Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest manga chapter reviews. Now I stopped doing that the moment like we like stopped kind of somewhat reading the manga because we were
Hmm.
always busy in our lives, and then it was hard to keep up with what chapters we had left to do.
Yeah. I forgot where I left off actually. So.
I have binged through some chapters, and I kind of somewhat know where the story's at now. I don't know if it's getting to the conclusion, but we'll see. But I'm just happy that the show's finally being animated, or this manga's being animated.
Hmm.
Um, for just background information for really anime only fans, if you're wondering, well, what's the difference between Fairy Tail and Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest? Well, think of it like this. It's like Dragon Ball to what Dragon Ball Z is. Dragon Ball is the original series, while Dragon Ball Z is the sequel series. And then if you want to even go farther past Dragon Ball Z, their Dragon Ball Z sequel series is either GT or Super.
Hmm.
That's basically what Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest is to Fairy Tail. It is the
Hmm.
original, it is the sequel to the original story.
It's funny how they baited us into thinking that Fairy Tale the final chapters what was the final arc, but it turns out they kept going after that.
Well, I just chalk it up as like it's the final stuff of the original series. Because
Hmm.
technically, Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest is technically a brand new series.
Yeah, I guess technically.
So yes, if you want me to go back, and I know there's like manga fans, in terms of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest that did catch up with me in terms of the manga chapters. If you do want me to bring my manga chapter reviews back, let me know in the comment section, and then I guess I can pick up where I last left off in terms of what I'm actually reading, or where the manga currently is at right now. So, let me know, and if my co-host wants to join, put that in the comment section as well. He's a fairy tale fan as much as me. So look, I was happy this entire first episode, and this episode was kind of basic, to be honest. It was just a basic episode.
It's the start of it all only.
Yeah. The one thing I do appreciate, it's no massive, huge filler recap episode. You just jump right into the stuff. Right into the stuff. You kind of pick up where we last kind of left off. And really, to be honest, you have to watch the original series to understand what the hell these characters are and where they're at today. Because, let's be honest, Fairy Tail One Hero Quest takes place literally after the Alvarez Empire arc. We don't know like the time frame, but it seems like it may have been like maybe a few weeks, if not a month.
I think it was about a year, because I heard them talking about like a tar stuff, which is like it was like a year.
That was during the 1 year time skip in the original series before they rebuilt the guild.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no year time skip. It's like either a few weeks or month time skip.
Was it 1 year ago? They said
1 year ago was the timeline after the Tartaros arc. Fairy Tail split
up. No, it said 1 year ago. 1 year ago, then they took down that. They mentioned that one chick Blair or whatever her name was.
Oh yeah, that's what I know. What you're okay? You were confusing me for a second.
Yes, yes, and I'm pretty sure it's around a year ago when they were when they were fighting the Alvarez Empire.
No. This is how the timeline goes after Tartarus. After Tartarus, there's a 1 year time skip where Fairy Tail is no more. Listen.
First of all, it's Tartarus.
Okay. Whatever. Tartarus. I don't call. Whatever. After that, 1 year time skip. That's when Natsu finds Lucy again. They rebuild the guild. They wait a few months. That's when they find Alvarez. After Alvarez concludes, we see at the end of the original series when Natsu does his confession. I call it a confession, as much as he doesn't indirectly confess to her about his feelings. But listen, this is just me. If Natsu is literally saying we're gonna be together for the rest of our lives, is that not a confession that he likes her?
I would like to think of it that way.
Anyways, and then after that moment, they literally has them going on the 100-year quest as the series ends. So there is no year time skip. If anything, who knows? Maybe the damage to the rebuild from the Alvarez Empire arc took them weeks. Maybe it took them a month. We don't know. Anyways, it takes place after Alvarez Empire. There is no year time skip. It's either a few weeks or a month time skip. The stuff that Warren brought up is in regards to the time when the guild split apart and Natsu was all on his own with Happy.
Okay, anyways.
Sorry. Put that in the comment section and put yes for Cam315 if I'm right. Which I am typically right.
Unless when you're wrong.
Yes. And we actually don't pick where Natsu and company are at. We pick up with the guild.
Mm-hmm.
And the guild. Go ahead.
And the guild has some new recruits.
Yes, this orange cocky-haired guy that he just only joining the guild because he's heard the guild Fairy Tail is super strong. Lox punks this guy out because he talks about he wants to be the master eventually at some point. And he basically gets him out. He runs out of there because he's like, what the fuck is this place? And then Lox is just like, so, explain yourself. Why are you really joining the guild? The other little midget runs off too because he's too damn scared.
Well, first of all, you are moving a little fast, but yeah, you're right.
It's nice to see some of these characters. Now, if you're a fan favorite character of Gajeel and the other Fairy Tail cast and crews like Mira Jane and Juvia, we've read the manga. I don't mean to say much about anything, but characters we've seen in the past in the original series, well, they're not really heavily featured as much. Now they make their appearances. We're not going to deny that, but are they a huge feature like Natsu and company? Not really.
Hmm. I guess not.
Which it is to me kind of a negative about Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, if I gotta be honest. The one thing about Fairy Tail, the original series, is each and every character got their good moment, and it was about the Fairy Tail Guild. Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest is literally about Natsu, Lucy, Wendy, Urza, and Gray. You have your other characters appear. I'll say that. They'll appear later on in other arcs of the series, but they don't have a big role like they used to.
I wonder if that's entirely true.
No, I don't know. Maybe the final arc of this series, that's when they'll have Fairy Tail go all out and they'll bring the characters back and have them more be a main focus. But
I mean, it is a big series. They have plenty of time, in my opinion. In my opinion.
with where I'm at, I know they're on the last Dragon God. And I know, and from my manga fans, I'm not going to say who it is, but I know my friend knows who more than likely the last one is.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
But anyways, yeah, they're all coming in, they're all happy, but Toka stays, and Toka gives her reasoning. And what is the reason about the reason why good old Toka staying in Fairy Tail?
She wants to see her apparently knight in shining armor Natsu.
So Natsu has another girl friend, potentially a candidate.
and Connor in the background was all like, "Hey, looks like we found someone who sounds like you, Juvia." And Juvia was all, "Why couldn't I go with Gray?"
Yeah, Juvia's in the corner. She's upset that she didn't go with Gray on this 100-year quest. You have it throughout the scenes when you cut over to Fairy Tail Guild. These two chicks are literally beefing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Beefing. Because you get in a scene later in the episode where, again, Juvia's worried about Gray, but then that's when Toka, she's like, listen, if you're so worried about your beloved, well then you'll have confidence that he'll come back to you, just like my darling Natsu. And then, Juvia's like, what the
yeah, we have Elman going on saying also like I wouldn't hold too much on Natsu, and then Juvia goes on like, yeah, after all he's been surrounded by other girls too, like Lucy, Urza, Lizana, and Lizana
like, how the hell did I get wrapped in this? I'm like, Ninja, you were Natsu's girlfriend before Natsu even found Lucy, until you faked your death. Well, you went into another world and everybody thought you were dead.
Uh-huh. And then Toka goes on like, oh yeah, well how about Gray? He's surrounded by Kana, Blair, who
yeah, she was just writing off other girls in the guild.
Yeah,
just like,
Kana was like, my only boyfriend is this barrel of alcohol.
Even though technically Kana's boyfriend is that one guy from the Grand Magic Games that was drinking a lot too.
They
kind of had a connection. You can't lie.
I mean, they're drinking buddies, obviously, but I wouldn't go that far.
Who knows? You get drunk, sometimes you may be doing some crazy stuff.
Great. Now I'm envisioning it.
We do get an Evergreen sighting.
Yeah.
Very
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say. Yeah, the way he's positioned, like.
Yeah, that was clear. Well, other than the Lucy moment when Elf Sarah was in her chest,
we don't talk about that yet.
Two fan service moments.
Yes.
I know that was another thing that people hated Fairy Tail over, the fan service. I can get in a whole can of worms about why people, I think, overreact to fan service.
Mm-hmm. I think now because I don't know if you noticed, but I feel like the fan service is a little toned down here in 100-year quest. a little toned down here, and I think it's because of the complaining that people like are giving it in the past. So
We're only one episode in, and if you read the manga, if you, I know you and me have read the manga, we know there's a lot more fan servicey moments. So
yeah, so
I think this is just first episode thing. There was only two fan service moments in this episode, but regardless, that's the thing. But we see the thing. We see it to where after Toka mentions Briar, Gajil's
Briar. I keep saying Blair. I don't know why. I don't know why I said Blair.
yeah, Briar. Gajil's just like over here. She's like, he mentioned Briar from
From
Avatar.
yeah, from the Avatar Guild.
So the last point we get of the Fairy Tale Guild, just regular one, we have Gajil, Juvia, and Levy, who, for people that have no background information, Levy is currently pregnant with Gajil and her child. Now, they actually don't bring this up in the episode. They'll probably bring it up later when they reappear again. But she is literally pregnant. We find this out at the last bit of the original series, that she's pregnant. So that's one ship absolutely confirmed. Gajil's going to be a daddy. We're going to be having a book reading, steel, dragon slaying child.
Oh my god, I'm can't wait to see what anime, dude. The stuff that they're manga so far, there's some crazy shifts that are becoming canon. That it made me so happy. It made me so happy to see. Oh my god, I'm getting so giddy right now.
Are you talking about fairy tale ships?
I'm talking about the fairy tale ships, dude. The fairy tale ships that was happening in the manga that we saw already. That's been going on. Oh my god.
Well, let's be honest. Here's one thing I'll give to Mashima. He actually, even as much as he makes it obvious to the point that we know, like, okay, they're gonna end up. Like, for example, we just made a mention about Elfman and Evergreen. They are a confirmed couple. They are an item, which makes sense because in the original series, they literally have moments to where like they were somewhat like not okay with each other, but you can tell there's chemistry there. They like each other, and then at some point, it's basically confirmed like, okay, no, these characters are in love to the point it's like I think they confirmed like they actually like did it with each other.
I don't remember, but it's most likely. And yes, and let's talk about like how like close Gray and Juvia has become over the years also. Yeah, and like at first obviously we all know that Gray is a little like not like really into it just yet, but then as time goes by he starts like softening up to her, and like, you know, Juvia knows how to make him happy, you know.
Yeah, there will be a part of the story that they'll go deeper into their relationship and in terms of how much they truly care, or how much Gray really cares about Juvia. But let's be honest, we knew that from the moment she almost died and Gray turned into his damn demon form, and then yeah, Natsu fighting into his damn ethereal form and shit like that.
Yeah. That was when that was. Oh my god.
Yeah, like them fighting each other was on. Well, I wouldn't say it's like on freaking Majin Vegeta Goku, but like they literally lost and went berserk because their said women, they thought they both died. Again, if that doesn't show you that Natsu is not in love with Lucy, I don't know what that doesn't tell you. That's the only ship that we know. Majima just keeps toying with us. They keep giving stupid goddamn hints, like it could be the moment they get together. Oh no, nope.
I'm just still getting so giddy, man. I'm so giddy about it. Oh.
Anyways, Natsu's group, they are in the continent of Giltina, a third continent in the fairy tale world that is, I think I said south, or it's south from their continent, or it's going up north really, for them. But you have Alvarez, which is Alicatasia or whatever, and then you got the Kingdom of Fiore, or what is it? Their continent, I forgot. And then you have Giltina. They're going to do the 100-year quest, obviously the title of the series, which one of their old members, Gildarts, actually did, and we kind of have a moment where we get a flashback where Natsu's like, "Hey, Gildarts, what's the 100-year quest?" And then Gildarts is just like, "Sorry, can't tell you about that shit." And they kind of scrap up and they kind of do things and everything, but you
Yeah.
know, Gildarts does make the mention. He's like, "Look, if you're doing this by yourself, you're gonna go through some pain and suffering, essentially." But Natsu does the typical, what people like to hate, which is the power of friendship moment. Natsu's like, "Well, I won't have to go through all that because I got my friends with me."
Well, I wouldn't call that a friendship moment. It's just
My boy,
well, like,
say that
yeah.
again. He froze up.
Okay. I the moment that he's trying to do is more like I'm not dumb because I know I can't do it alone. That's why I'm bringing the others with me. Basically, it's not exactly a friendship moment, but yeah,
I guess you can say that.
yeah.
Anyways, they're going through this place where it has snow, but it's like magic particles, and they make the mention of like, "Oh, well, these other guilds have like these like magic creature names and things like that, like Lamia Scale, Mermaid Heel, Saber Tooth, even though technically saber tooth tigers are actually real."
Or at least they were real in the old Ice Age.
Yeah, you have a funny moment where Gray, he gets naked, and then Wendy's just like, I'm just
Welcome
like,
back, welcome back, Ferret.
I'm just like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, welcome back. We're back yet again. They're looking for this guild called Magia Dragon or whatever, and actually before the episode even starts off, we kind of get an interesting flashback in the year X633. You have it to where like you see these wizards literally on fucking pikes, basically being crucified.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this old man crying and talking about how wizards need to come together. Now, they end up going into the guild, that guild hall that they were tasked with, and they see a dragon.
Yeah, and even after all this time, they're still surprised by seeing a dragon.
Now, Natsu with his strong nose is like, "You're actually human, aren't you?"
Mhm.
And he's like, "Ha ha ha, yes, I am." And he turns into his human form, and his name is called Elfsera, and his dragon is he's called the Law Dragon. And essentially, he basically is the guy that made the 100-year quest a thing. And basically, we find out that the 100-year quest is a quest given to him for wizards to basically take down these 5 dragon gods, or these 5 dragons that basically are so strong that they're essentially gods, essentially. And basically, Elcera wants their powers to be sealed. We later find out from Lucy when she's kind of doing like her notebook thing that she's been doing, because we know at the original series she wrote a literal whole book about their adventures in the original series, so she's doing another book, right?
Mhm.
And she basically says like Elcera tried to stop them in the past, but they were too strong for him to stop. So that's why he essentially had wizards come and try to do it. Now he makes they mention like these other wizards have failed and failed. Natsu mentions like, "Oh, you're talking about Gildars," and he's like, "Yeah, but the reason why Elcera's all happy and everything that he's got these wizards because he's looking at freaking Lucy and Urza, and he's just like, I haven't seen very attractive wizards in such a long time." He gets in Lucy's chest, and Natsu's like, "Get out of there!" And he's digging in her chest as much as any other guy would love to do that. Surely, you want it.
Anyways, yes, I Cameron forgot to mention, Elfsera, actually, the reason why he has this dragon form is because he's basically the same as Akia. He paid the price. He paid the price of learning Dragon Slayer magic, which is why he's can kill a dragon.
Yes. And for anybody that I guess is sleeping under a rock and don't remember anything from Fairy Tail, the original series, when you have these humans learning this dragon slaying magic to try to defeat dragons, they actually turn into damn dragons because of it.
But yeah, and in Agnologia's case, he was bathed in dragon blood like constantly, and yeah, that's when like his body starts to like become all scaled and yeah.
I still think it's a hot take. I still think Acnologia being the final villain they defeated was kind of a poor decision in my part.
Mm. It's all in the past now. What can we do?
I'm just saying, personally, I liked it where Zareth was. It made more sense for Zareth to be the final villain as opposed to Acnologia. I thought Acnologia honestly should have died in the Tartarus arc to Igneo.
Yeah, but sadly it was Igneo who died. Rest in peace.
So, yeah. We get that happening. They're like, all right, we'll do the quest, and they sign their names and everything. Lucy's kind of like, maybe I should have stayed at home. Speaking of Lucy, I actually forgot to make a mention because we kind of skipped over some things. Lucy actually has a flashback scene when they're traveling to Giltina. Her freaking maid spirit that
Ares.
punishment. Ares.
I mean Virgo, my
I was
bad.
about to say air. I'm like, what the hell are you like talking about? Go.
Ignore what I said. Ignore what I said. Jesus.
The punishment made Virgo. Virgo essentially hints to the fact that she will have an ill-fated reunion, and she's hinting at the fact about potentially reuniting with Aquarius because we see the Aquarius broken key, and Virgo's like, "Oh, did I spoil something? I hope you punish me, princess." I'm just like, this damn maid has not changed one bit. She still wants to be punished.
And to think, and during the Celestial Spirit arc, she's the one wanting to give punishments to others.
Do not talk about that arc. We do not talk about that arc on this
Hey,
channel.
but you always talk about how you like that version of Virgo.
Yeah, at least it was more dominant Matrix. I'll say that. The current one is just a whipping toy. She just wants to be openly punished, but I can't lie. Celestial Spirit Virgo, that one was crazy. And my friend froze again. Is he good? He froze. I don't know what the heck happened to him. Buddy, are you there? Hold on. Okay, you froze again.
Who also froze.
Yeah, is your internet connection good?
I don't know.
You might have to be put on a hotspot or something.
I don't know if it'll be any better.
Anyways, yeah, whatever. Virgo. But we do not talk about the Eclipse Celestial Spirits arc. I hate that arc with a burning fucking passion. If you want to get my thoughts on that arc, go check out that review on my channel. Because, oh my god, I hated that arc. Anyways, moving on. They sign the paperwork. They start walking and doing everything. They run into like these jellyfish creatures where they're like, "Oh, it's so cute," and then starts getting in their goddamn mouths.
Yeah, both Natsu and Lucy get
Well, Natsu swallows one, and Gray's like, "Well, Ninja, if you die of poison, that's not my fault. That's your fault." I'm just like, what the fuck? Technically, wouldn't that thing just die inside of him because his body can literally turn flames?
he not turn flames, but his belly, that's for sure.
Yeah. Wendy helps out a bit. She uses her Sky Dragon's roar.
And she says, "Sorry, little jellyfish creatures." Afterwards.
Yes, adorable Wendy. We also do find out that if they do complete this 100-year quest, they get one wish. So this guy's apparently Shenron from Dragon Ball, and they're thinking about what wishes they could come up with. Wendy's talking about maybe having a bigger chest. I'm just like, girl, did you see your Edalus version? You'll have a bigger chest when you get older. Just be patient and wait.
It's been how long now, though, for her?
Remember, she was asleep for thousands of years until she re-woke up again.
Mm-hmm.
They'll age gracefully. She'll age. She would have
Mhm.
aged if she didn't get stuck in the fairy bubble.
That is true. That is true.
Another opportunity I kind of wish, going back, I kind of wish she was kind of outside of that Tenro Island arc. So then they come back, they see Wendy older. Because really, let's be honest, she's actually the same age as Sting and Rogue. She's supposed to be the same age as Sting as Rogue.
Hmm.
But because she was stuck in the fairy bubble, she's not. So, ending off, they end up getting to the one of their cities where the dragon gods resides at. I believe it's the water dragon one. And they're kind of walking. They kind of see that the town is a little bit old and dingy and everything. It's got like some moss on the buildings. But then you just have it to where this blue-haired individual of horns and his attendant, that looks very voluptuous,
I knew you would say that.
is just like, oh, we got more visitors from the southern continent. Huh. And that's where that's where the episode ends off. That's basically it.
Hmm.
Nothing else to talk about. Nothing here. I'm just happy that Fairy Tail's back.
Yes, it's back and off to a really interesting start.
Yes. Now when they give me that English dub announcement, it's game over. It's game over. Give me Todd Habercorn. Get me Jeremy Lay. Get me Colleen Klinkenbeard. Get me Brittany Karboski. Get me everybody.
Hmm.
When I hear that English dub again, when I hear Todd Habercorn reprise his role as Natsu Dragneel and says, I'm all fired up now, I will have fucking tears in my damn eyes.
That makes two of us, dude. More for me, because oh my god.
And thank goodness Crunchyroll picked this show up. Because if this had went to Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever thing.
I would have.
Yeah. If it was on Netflix, I would have been so pissed if it went to Netflix. Thank God Crunchyroll picked this show up. Shit, I would have even taken this show on HI Dive. At least HI Dive puts their animes out weekly.
Hmm.
Netflix.
It for Netflix it varies.
For Netflix,
Yeah.
sometimes they post an anime weekly. Sometimes they don't. I'll give credit where Hulu / Disney Plus does. They do post that shit weekly.
Hmm.
Amazon Prime, Nokotan dub is on Amazon Prime. I don't know any other animes that are on exclusive to Amazon Prime, but that's weekly. So maybe Amazon Prime would do that, but would you be willing to subscribe to another freaking subscription service? Probably not, but thank goodness it's on Crunchyroll. That 100% confirms when this show gets announced for an English dub, because why would they not do this? We're gonna get the original voice cast, barring any characters or any voice actors that may have passed away or maybe are too old to reprise their roles to come back and do it. But listen, I am happy when the dub comes out. All I gotta hear is Todd Habercorn. That's all. And it'll be great to finally hear him play a good guy role for once, because I hear this guy all the time as the bad guys.
That's how you know I haven't been. That's how you know I haven't been watching enough anime, especially some of the animes that I've been recommending to you, my friend. He plays some good guy roles in a lot of the animes that I've been watching.
I know, but it's like most of the animes I've been watching, he's usually the bad guy, one of the worst bad guys in SAO history.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
He was a really damn good Slav, where he's like, Slav! Or Beelzebub, or no, Betelgeuse from...
I remember his name, yeah.
I love Betelgeuse. Just for Todd Habercorn's performance alone.
Just for his performance alone?
Just for his performance alone.
Fair enough, yeah.
Did you see some of the scenes in ReZero when the man was losing his mind?
No.
I gotta send you the clips of Todd Habercorn as Betelgeuse losing his mind. He was killing it. And Shamilay, listen, we all love Shamilay. I love Shamilay. She's great. I can't escape her. She's almost in everything I watch.
I think I already mentioned this in some previous videos, but the moment I heard Jeremy Lee as Elisa from God Eater, I lost my shit. I
can't escape Brittany Karbowski. I love Brittany Karbowski and everywhere she goes. I like her as Rimuru Tempest from Slime.
You don't say.
Yeah, she's Rimuru Tempest from Slime. She's the slime girl or the slime guy. Even though technically Rimuru can change his gender. Yeah, he's a slime. He can do that.
Okay.
Also was in Vexation. She was also in Vexations as a shut-in vampire princess.
We have 2 more minutes into the recording, by the way.
I know. All right, we've said enough. We're happy Fairy Tail's back. We're happy we can hear our characters. Hopefully we get our dub announcement confirmed soon, so then we can go back and rewatch these episodes in the dub.
You can bet and rewatch it.
I can't wait. Also, Makarov should be dead.
He's there. It's in the past, dude.
Hey, you'll hear Patrick Seitz as Loxus again.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear Jason Douglas as Gildarts.
Mm-hmm. The manliest man out there.
You'll hear
no offense, Elfman.
Who's voice act? Brina Palencia as Juvia?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can't wait to hear her gray scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. I like the Japanese voice, but the thing is, Juvia in the dub, she doesn't say gray Sama. She just says, my beloved gray. Beloved gray. You know, it's gonna be interesting. Who's gonna dub Toka's voice actor? It's gonna be the dub for Toka.
I wonder. Yeah. I'm with you. I
can see Alexis Tipton being that.
Maybe.
Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. We're running out of time. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna get more 100 Year Quest content or any other anime content uploaded to the channel. I'll leave a link in the description below to follow his channel. And then yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Catch you guys next video. Till then, guys, peace.